When it comes to Century landing nets, there is no standard net in the range. All of the nets are based around one principle and one design, and then are custom built to match your rods. So if we look at this one here, you can see this is an ADV1 landing net to match my ADV1 rods that I've been using here today. If we start at this end of the net, the handle itself is super stiff. It's a very high quality piece of carbon. It's not going to sag when the mesh gets wet. It's going to stay stiff and make it easier for you to land the fish. It's got a nice section there of Japanese shrink wrap for added grip. Because mine matches my ADV1 rods, got the nice ADV1 logo there over the 1K weave. Moving down, another section of shrink wrap, and then we've got this lovely laser etched, engraved, one piece stainless steel spreader block. It's machined out of one solid piece of steel, and then you've got stainless steel ferrules which go in there as well. The arms are available in both 42 and huge 54-inch sizes. If you're going to the continent or fishing for catfish, ideal. And again, these are super stiff. They're not going to sag when the mesh starts to get wet and the net gets heavy. The worst thing is when the arms start to bend and the cord drops down in the water. It makes it almost impossible to land a fish and lift the net up with the fish in it. Moving on to the mesh itself. It's very fish friendly. The first thing you'll notice when you pick these up is it's very soft, and it is of optimum depth, and this is really important. Some of the nets on the market these days have got these ridiculously deep meshes, about 3 foot, 4 foot deep. As soon as you put the net in the water, it becomes very heavy because of the size of the mesh, and it just makes it impossible to lift up. So this is of optimum depth. It's plenty deep enough to retain a fish in for a short period of time, but it's not so deep that it's too heavy to pick up when it's wet. And then one nice feature with all of these nets, all the nets come with a 6-foot handle as standard. But if we just go down to the far end, you can see there's a rubber bung on the end here. If we just take that bung off, pop that down, you can see a nice stainless collar there that's etched as well. And then all the nets come with these 2-foot extensions, and these 2-foot extensions simply just slide in. Don't need to push them in too hard, like that. You can see again, this is an ADV1, has the ADV graphics on there, same 1K weave and Japanese shrink wrap handle, so it matches all the way down. It's a real tarty looking bit of kit, it's lovely. And the idea with these extensions is if you're using 13-foot rods, you can keep the rod tip nice and high without having to bend too much and land a fish. They're great for zig rig fishing as well. There's nothing worse than, you know, if you're using a 12-foot rod and you've got an 8 or 9 or 10-foot zig rig and your lead hits the tip rig and you can't reel in anymore. Just having that extension will help you massively, and it is an optional, so you don't have to use it. You can take it back out, put the bung back on and just use it as a normal net. And this extension comes standard with all the Century nets, irrelevant of which build or which model you have. All in all, these nets are just absolutely fantastic, super light, super stiff, and easily the best on the market.